Yo, what's up guys? We got pokeaim here. Today I have round 3 of the official Smogon tournament. If you guys didn't know, I've been participating in OST. If you missed round 1 and round 2, I'll have them in the description down below as well as in a pinned comment. I'm still not the most, I guess, comfortable right now with Sword and Shield OU, so this has been definitely a trip for me. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and my return to tournaments. If you do like this type of content, make sure you subscribe. My end of the year goal is 300,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping we get there. So let's start. This is a best of 3. Looks like we are fighting Sun with Darmanitan to start off. Darmanitan is a giant threat. A huge threat. Have fun. They do have Venusaur as well. A few things I do like by this. Kartana. Pretty strong, regardless of them having Darmanitan or not. It's pretty strong here. I also like my Buzzwole's just ability to kind of take this mon. I gotta be careful with my my Tyranitar here because it's gonna be a weather war. It's definitely gonna be a weather war, and this could be Eruption Heatran. It could be Scarf or not. Kind of want to see how they started off. To be honest, I like Zapdos a lot, but my Zapdos is unfortunately slower than Heatran. But regardless of that, actually Zapdos is super strong here. So they end up leading off with their Darmanitan. Now, if they're choice ban, it's a problem. Let's see if Scarf can even knock me out. I thought I imported this team. Excuse me. I thought I imported this team. I've also used this team multiple times, so people may be catching on to that. But I truly don't believe that matters when it comes to tournaments. Like, I will use whatever the hell I want. Like, as long as I feel like it's good, I'll use it. So I'll Volt Switch here. If they end up being choice banned, they knock me out. That means that Kartana's faster. If they go for U-turn, they risk being static. Yep. That is one of the things about Zapdos you really love, man. That is such a big risk with any physical Pokemon. They did 13 as well, so we know that their choice Scarf 2. We saw no Life Orb damage. Maybe they could have been Boots as well, but yeah. They go Landers. Landers probably Spadef. Probably going to end up going for Toxic here. We're going to start knocking off some items immediately by going out to Kartana. This is very low risk, I would say. Very low risk. Earthquake would not be doing too much, and we get a knockoff on maybe Torkoal. Oh, Landers, that's incredible. It's actually incredible. So that's so good for Garchomp. Garchomp looks very likely to win this game, and in terms of how they want to deal with this Pokemon, they don't very well. We'll make the Slowking play here. If they double out into Shiftry, it's annoying. Actually, no. I always go Tyranitar now. No. They can have Body Press. Garchomp allows that. Shiftry is annoying. I think Slowking is so obvious that they go out to one of these Pokemon to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go Tyranitar. If they Body Press, great play. I don't think it kills me from full. But yeah, I couldn't risk something like this coming out. Now, Shiftry does have access to a low kick. So I'm going to make the Zapdos play. Yep. They shouldn't be able to KO me in one hit, so I'm just going to Roost now as well. So this is a really good start for me. We have Shiftry weakened. We have the Landers knocked off with no item. And things are looking pretty good. Shiftry cannot kill me with any attack right now. From this position, the worst thing Landers could do is what? Get up Stealth Rock, Toxic me. I am okay with risking a Hurricane. 70% chance in my favor. If I land it, I can Volt Switch forever. I do land. It's going to kill Landers because we are offensive. This is looking very good. This is looking very good. I can always Volt Switch. Darmanitan being paralyzed is just such a strong start. Such a strong start. Offensive Zapdos is crazy. And now I always get a free Volt Switch here. If they stay in, I go Slowking. I teleport out. If they switch, I'm good too. Maybe they'll Body Press into Tyranitar. Maybe they'll go for Stealth Rock. They go for Yawn, but that does not matter because I simply go for the teleport here. Whether they go out into one of these two grass types, I bring out my T-Tar. However, no, T-Tar's always the best play. Yeah, T-Tar's always the best play. I was thinking, is it better to go Kartana? Because if that's Balloon Trend, it's probably offensive. They have no switch-ins to Rock Blast. I'm going to click it. I'm fully special defensive. Heatran cannot knock me out unless it's Body Press as well, which still 2 KOs. Doesn't KO me. And again, they have no switch-ins to Rock Blast at all. If Shiftry's running low kick, it might also be... if Shiftry is running low kick, it may also be a Solar Blade variant as well, which means that we deal with that in its own regard. So, Earthquake, my best play here, obviously. I get to hit Darmanitan upon switching. We barely miss out on the KO. In terms of what is useless, close combat picks up a KO. Buzzwole doesn't really do too much. I'm good versus Shift Tree because I have Garchomp. I click Earthquake as well, so we're gonna go Buzzwole and just give it to them. If they Flare Blitz, that's fine. If they U-turn, they die to Rocky Helmet, so it's a win-win for me anyway. Again, I don't need this Pokemon at all, and I should still be good versus everything. So we always go Slowking here. They go for Body Press. Yep, that's something I was scouting for. I could go for Future Sight, but no, the play is to just always teleport around. We want to win this Weather War by always bringing out Tyranitar, just always chipping away at Shift Tree, and I can simply just bring out my Zapdos. If they knock off, again, they can get paralyzed. They do make the very good play of going for knockoff. Sand does reveal that I am indeed faster, so I can Roost to avoid a Sucker Punch as they end up going Heatran. Now, again, if this is offensive Heatran, I am probably going to be slower than it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring out Slowking, teleport out very safely into Garchomp, click Earthquake on whatever they bring out, and we're in such a good spot. So we just teleport here. They cannot break this Pokemon at all. Zapdos just really, one of their biggest threats was Darmanitan. Scarf Darmanitan was really good, and Zapdos just took it out of commission so early. It took it out of commission so early. Once again, Zapdos just proving me so well in this, and these are just free Earthquakes, so very free Earthquakes right here. I'm assuming one of these guys is going to come out. Doesn't matter at this point, unless Venusaur has Sunny Day, and if Venusaur has Sunny Day, then it's probably lacking the growth. We are just going to make the Tyranitar play now, just to get up the sand and control the Weather War. They do end up going for knockoff. Again, I always have a Zapdos, which will take a knockoff. It'll take the low kick. They do go for double knockoff as well. And I believe Volt Switch knocks out Shift Tree at that range. So I'm just going to go for it here. Yep. And that should be a very free Garchomp just to hopefully win from this position. Venusaur, even if it has Sleep Powder, it can't have Sleep Powder plus Sunny Day. Plus I still win the Weather War. Giga Drain is not going to give it enough recovery back either way. And we should be really good. So again, like that static Zapdos is good game. Can challenge game 2 whenever. Okay. So static Zapdos, obviously for MVP in this one, it just did insane amounts of work just from the get, right? I think that static Zapdos is so much of a threat that my opponent maybe should have just went for Flare Blitz. Even if they lost Darmanitan there, like at least they got rid of this Pokemon. And you saw how much I was able to pivot into Shift Tree, and you saw how I was able to pivot into Torkoal, and you saw that I was able to pick up a KO on Landers, right? So I feel like maybe that was something. I'm gonna upload and share this replay just so I can look at it later and just analyze what I could have done differently. So that's game 1. As you saw, I changed up the team I used in game 1 just because if people want to see if they prepare for like this team. But I just want to be safe there. And how do I want to do? I do have an insane Como team that I kind of like a lot, but it's definitely very aggressive. Like, look at this Como set. It's so aggressive, man. It is really, really aggressive. I don't know if they're gonna use Sun again. This Hawlucha can win a lot of games, though. I think I'm probably just gonna end up using this team again. I think it's really, really strong. I have Buzzwole, so I should be good versus like a Weavile, which I think would be one of the bigger threats to this team. I should be good versus Weavile. Buzzwole also checks Urshifu. I have Static Zapdos. Static Zapdos has not let me down, you know. Tyranitar is good versus Volcarona. I just gotta always keep it healthy. I'm just trying to think. Tornadus gets set down by Zapdos. Again, I'm just trying to like refresh my memory of this metagame. Did I calc anything here? Oh yeah, the one thing. Like, that was also the game that I just had so much momentum from Landers taking the hit early, and this was a knockoff turn, that there wasn't a lot of things I had to calc, because I wasn't necessarily, I wasn't always going for, like, okay, if I lose him on here, like, what can I do from here, right? The only thing I calc was a Zapdos, because we get to find out if it's Banded Darmanitan or Life Orb, both of which, obviously, Kartana would have been faster than, so we're going to hit him up with the exact same team again in the rematch. And this looks like a Storm Zone team with Spec Zapdos, if I'm not mistaken, Bandit Weavile. Have fun. I think this is Volcarona is Safeguard or Giga Drain, which means that both Slowking can wall it if it gets +6 and Tyranitar beats as well. I believe this guy's Protective Pads too. Definitely a lot of threats on my opponent's team here, that's for sure. The Zapdos is for sure one of them. I got to keep Tyranitar healthy. Yeah, gotta keep Tyranitar healthy. Very, very healthy, for sure. Trying to think how I want to beat you. I think I'll probably make the exact same play, like Zapdos into Kartana. It does weaken my Urshifu game, but I have Buzzwole to defensively check it, and Garchomp is faster too. So I like Zapdos early. Very, very early in this game. I think it can do very similar to the last one, also just being able to take a hit from their own. I'm fairly confident this is Specs and this is Banded, just based on the fact that I know this team. I think this is Choice Scarf, but it could be Protective Pads as well. But I think this guy was Choice Scarf last I checked. Yeah, we're going to go Zapdos. It also, if it is Specs, which is what I'm thinking it is, it means I don't have to risk. Like, I don't risk a lot there, so. Like the Specs Thunderbolt and things like that. Like, Zapdos is just so strong versus me. They end up leading off a Weavile. Smart to start it off with. Buzzwole is, I'm going to play a game without Rocky Helmet, it seems, unless they go for Triple Axle, which would be incredible, but. Oh, they do go for Triple Axle, which is awesome. So they take a lot, and that's Banded too. Like, that's doing way too much. So that Weavile is already at half. Incredible. And I just get a nice and safe Roost here. So I get a nice and safe Roost. That is one of the bigger threats to my team. Now that can't even switch in like on Scald from Slowking plus Sand. So that is 100% Banded. I would not mind them going for it again if they just want to sack this Mon. I would understand it, but like it would make my Kartana just have the best, just a field day. So my play versus Volcarona, right, is to go Slowking and pivot because +2 can't knock out Tyranitar. So it's to go Slowking. If they Bug Buzz and if they Quiver Dance and Bug Buzz, I'm good. But it's always Slowking. Again, if they Quiver and Bug Buzz, I'm very, very good because I just teleport slowly into Tyranitar, then I Rock Blast it. We're going to play this very, very safely. It sucks that they have 2 Pokemon with 30% abilities that can mess me up. And I completely understand why you'd go for Triple Action there just because what my Zapdos did last game. If you're going to give up something, if you can break Zapdos, for instance, like Landorus gets free Qs. Hurricane plus Volt Switch is even freer because Zapdos obviously resists. But yeah. So they end up going out into Feral Thorn here, which isn't too bad. I'm going to make the Zapdos play right now and just defog immediately whatever hazard they want to get up. Maybe they'll Leech Seed. SD Fire Fang Garchomp looks incredible as well if I can just get rid of Weavile. So, but I need to force in that Landorus. Is that the best play? You know what? I'm gonna force in Pokemon my own way. So we're gonna go Kartana. I'm willing to let this thing get burnt to get rid of one of these 2 items. That's basically it. Like I'm willing to let it get burnt just to get rid of 1 and 2 items. Knowing that this is Stealth Rock, that means this is probably Defog Toxic U-turn, which I'm pretty sure I already knew it was. Again, this weakens my gameplay versus Urshifu, but I beat it defensively, so I'm good. Oh, and them going Landorus is amazing. So that's absolutely amazing. I'll go for another knockoff here as well, just to put it in Garchomp range. So such a good turn for me. Couldn't have asked for a better turn there, I feel. Like, we already have Landorus at 28%. They haven't knocked my Zapdos yet. There's their Zapdos. Volt Switch or Hurricane, Heat Wave. I do not want to go Garchomp. If I go Slowking, they go Weavile, but then I can bring out Buzzwole, so I'm good. I'm going to make the Slowking play. I do not want them. Yep, that's Specs confirmed. Okay, cool. So that, they couldn't knock me out with Thunderbolt. I'd live it, but that's Specs confirmed, which is great. And maybe they go Urshifu here. They could also go Weavile if they want to knock me off, but then, again, that's just a situation where I'm okay with it. We always go Buzzwole here. Always. Yep, they go for knockoff, and now they're like guaranteed in range of Scald, so. Roost is free as they go Volcarona. How would you take advantage of me going Tyranitar here? You'd go Urshifu, right? I think you go Urshifu, if anything. I'm going to make the Slowking play just so I can get the Volt Switch momentum. I really want to click Thunder Punch. Because I don't want to go Tyranitar, but I also don't want to go them going for a Fiery Dance at this point. So I think Slowking is my play. We have Landorus. I just want to be able to defog. Actually, if they do go Urshifu, I'm going to make the Zapdos play here. I think it deals with most doubles they can make. They go for Flamethrower. That is very defensive. Perfect. So we know we already know that based on the fact that I'm an offensive Zapdos with just max HP. Like, that is very defensive Volcarona, which means they cannot deal with my Tyranitar, which is awesome. They can make a very aggressive Zapdos play here. But I do like defogging, so I can just click Hurricane. Yeah, we just need to find a situation to Swords Dance up, which I think I could do in this. If I get rid of Weavile, I'm in a good spot too. I can no longer punish Weavile with anything but Stealth Rock, but look how good Stealth Rock are. And look how good my Kartana is as well, so I'll definitely defog here. Just to make sure that Tyranitar doesn't have to worry too much. If they go Ferrothorn, I think it's physically defensive, considering the Landorus is especially defensive, just based on the -1 knockoff damage. So I'll Hurricane it because I'm offensive too. Oh, nice. And they're going for Quiver, that's fine. I'm going hard into Tyranitar. Giga Drain will not beat me down. They can't kill me with this Mon, basically. Yeah, you're not killing me with +2 Bug Buzz. We always go for Rock Blast here. I'm max special defense. Like, you're not killing me at all. So, I'm going for this. Always my best play. And they're going Ferrothorn, which is fair. Like, to say the least, that's fair, right? We'll make the Zapdos play once more. Good play right there. I'm going to Roost. Maybe they fear Heat Wave. I'm not sure actually what they do here. Maybe they go Zapdos. Yeah, Zapdos is fair. They could Volt Switch again. I gotta be really careful. I do not want to risk Buzzwole. At all. Like, the only Mon I ever want to risk is like Slowking here. And if I go Tyranitar, they just bring out that Mon. I'm trying to think what's my best play. Should I risk Garchomp even though it 6-0s them? Does Garchomp die to Specs? $83.98. I don't have to be at full HP to use this Mon, and I can play Kartana a certain way. I don't want them Hurricaning, so I'd rather go this. Yeah, they do hurt. I don't want them Volt Switching, so I'd rather go this. Would they go Garchomp or would they go Weavile here? Yeah, so that was like, I didn't want to go Tyranitar because I want to keep it healthy just in case they do have Bug Buzz on this. So that was like a misplay on my part, obviously. They're going to go for another Hurricane there. They either go for Hurricane or they go Ferrothorn. That's monster. I'm going to get you back to full HP, Garchomp. Don't you worry, buddy. Do I want to make that play, though? Because if I SD up and they go Ferrothorn and I go for Fire Fang, I'm in such a good spot. And then I can use Kartana to beat this Mon, too. No, we can't risk this. They do make the Urshifu play, which is smart, because if I SD'd, they wouldn't have been able to do much damage to me. So that's very smart. We'll make the Buzzwole play to find out what their set is. Because basically, if I SD'd, they could go for, Aqua Jet there. So that was a smart play. That is not Choice Band. That's for sure. Zapdos gets to come out, and we're slowly but surely chipping away at it. They either Heat Wave. I think you always Heat Wave here, but you could Volt Switch. They Thunderbolt and crit me, which is very, very big. However, I will use this to get up. That crit sucks, but I will use this to get up rocks, because then my Kartana has no switch-ins, right? I still think as long as they don't paralyze me fully, I'm good. And Kartana gets a kill on Zapdos with knockoff and stuff like that. So I will use this as an opportunity to get up rocks. And just get some recovery on my homie. I think I'm playing a little bit too fast, so I definitely want to try and slow it down here. Maybe they expect Garchomp now. Okay, perfect. So they go Landorus. Maybe to defog, which I think is fine at the end of the day, because I'm going to make the Kartana play. And this is great, because it's a free knockoff now. Even if I get burnt, I'm still a giant threat to their team. And they gave me Landorus. Perfect. So my Zapdos can now Volt Switch. I'm +1 as well. So, like, I can KO Zapdos as well if they want to go out to that. Like, I will click this versus Zapdos. If that's physically defensive Volk, we're good. I think you go out always into Urshifu here. And now when I get up rocks, they will be here to stay. If they go Feral Thorn, I will gladly trade the... I'll trade the knockoff, because I think I can beat them defensively between these guys. I think I can beat them defensively. Can Adamant Weavile knock me out, though, with a choice band if it's Adamant? It did 50% of my Buzzle, right? 40, no, it did 46%, so left me 44%. Is that Adamant or Jolly? Oh, okay, that's just Jolly. Urshifu comes out, which is fair. They're gonna U-turn here, but I'm still gonna make the Buzzle play. Nice. I get a little roost off now. I have to roost because I always need to keep this Pokemon healthy to deal with Urshifu and to deal with Weavile as they make the Volk prey. The Volk play is fine, I think. I think I go Tyranitar just to get recovery on it. They end up going Zapdos. This is good for me either way. And I'm going to make the Garchomp play here. Perfect. So we're going to Swords Dance now that they're in a position where they cannot pass. And maybe they go Feral Thorn. Earthquake was actually my better play, so I actually just choked. Well, I didn't choke, but I made the wrong play going for that. It wasn't choke, but it was definitely the wrong play. Buzzwole, it took 6%, so that's not banded at all. Urshifu. It already switched. It switched the moves versus me. What am I even saying? I know it's not banded. Let's see if Aqua. I don't think Aqua Jet kills me. Let's get rid of the choice band. 10 to 11. Wrong Pokemon. Garchomp. 19 to 22%. So I'm out of range. And let's see if it's Adamant. 25%. I am at 27. They cannot kill me. And I think I killed them with +2 Earthquake. Yep, it already is guaranteed to kill. So live that. I did risk a crit there. They do have protective pads. Urshifu goes down. Awesome. So that's one threat I don't have to worry about anymore. They bring out Weavile. They could knock me off. I'm gonna make the Slowking play. I feel like Slowking is not as needed, and this guy gets to click Earthquake. So Earthquake was my better play, by the way. I misplayed there. The Swords Dance, so that was a throw on my part. But Swords Dance was fine because they had to switch, but like Earthquake was just better because 2 Earthquakes knock out Urshifu anyway. You could argue Swords Dance was fine because I knock out Urshifu, I don't die unless they crit me. But like I didn't have to risk a crit that turn if I didn't Swords Dance. I just did it because I did Swords Dance. So what I could have done that turn was Earthquake and then switch out into Buzzwole. But yeah, we're going to go Slowking because I think Slowking is expendable at this point. They do end up going for Triple Axle. Just fair. I don't want to risk Buzzwole getting crit. I'm going to teleport though because, I mean, they also have to hit 3 in order to do all the damage they've been doing. Exactly. And what I can do here is go Buzzwole. Do I want to get burnt on this guy? It doesn't matter if it gets burnt. It still beats 1, 2, 3. So we'll go Buzzwole and Roost once. Let me throw off an Ice Punch just in case they go Zapdos. They shouldn't ever. They should always go Volcarona. Ice Punch will kill them if they stay in though. So let me go for Thunder Punch because it will kill them if they stay in. Right? It'll do 34. Thunder Punch does 36 min. Perfect. So I'll go for Thunder Punch. Also has the chance to paralyze Volcarona. I do get potentially burnt, but I don't need Buzzwole to be... It doesn't matter if it's burnt or not. I just need to put myself in a position where I can... as long as I'm still healthy enough to take on this guy, I'm good. Yeah, so they end up going Zapdos, which is fine. That's guaranteed in range. I am going to make the Garchomp play again. At this point, do I even need Zapdos though? Not necessarily. They have to go for Hurricane here. If Tyranitar comes in and gets a Stealth Rock, these 2 guys are dead as well. I think Garchomp is fine to have. Yeah, I'm going to go Zapdos, because if they go for Hurricane, I can live 1. They go for Heat Wave, which is fine too, because Tyranitar can live that as well. And get more chip on them. And just get up rocks to make sure that I can Sacred Sword or knock off, sweep them. So they went for that to hit Garchomp. Again, we're just keeping our sacks. This gives me a sack versus Weavile. If they go Weavile, they take even more chip. Again, Stealth Rock being up means that these guys are basically dead. Obviously, this has heavy duty boots, so Stealth Rock up doesn't matter for that Pokemon. If they do go Ferrothorn, I always go Zapdos and always Defog. Yeah, because all I did was get recovery on that. So we always go Zapdos. I have close combat for this guy. All we're doing is getting leftovers recovery, which is important. They go for Body Press there. Let's see if they get paralyzed. They do not. We're going to Roost. So we know they have Body Press as their attack. As they go for Leech Seed and unfortunately miss. Going to Hurricane as they go for another Leech Seed and miss. Oh man, this is a game, man. As they end up bringing out Zapdos. And from this position, I do feel fine to bring out my Garchomp. It's okay if they Volt Switch at this point, I think, because Kartana... Basically, if they go over Hurricane, Kartana gets to come out and I click Knock Off and I get a kill on Weavile and I knock out Ferrothorn's item. So it's okay for me to go Garchomp this turn. It was definitely okay for me to go Garchomp this turn. It sucks they missed twice. I think they expected me to go Cart there, or they just like, screw it, man. Like, I'm missing way too much. So they go for Volt Switch here. Perfect. We are just going to Earthquake as it hits everything. They give me Volcarona, which is like the one Mon I want, because then, because then Buzzwole just goes crazy versus them. Buzzwole goes crazy. I should be good versus these two. They go for Triple Axle here. I can sack this. Do I have to? I don't even know if I have to. Yeah, I can sack this. They might actually double. Let me Swords Dance. If they double out into Zapdos, Swords Dance is fine. Because I guess if Triple Axle misses, I don't. But like, basically, if they go Zapdos, if they do double to Zapdos now, because I could easily go Buzzwole. But Buzzwole, if it gets crit by one of those 3 hits, I'm screwed. So, yeah, I would rather them. Yeah, I would rather be able to go out into my Buzzwole right here. And now I get to Ice Punch. Because even if they don't die, I go Tyranitar after. And then I get knock off, knock off, knock off. So, I don't even have to Ice Punch, what am I even saying? Well, I can. No, I close combat. Doesn't matter if they go Zapdos. Paralysis doesn't matter. I'm thinking too much. Yep. Let's go ahead and get this Mon dead. Perfect. They tried to pivot in on like potential Ice Punch, which makes sense. They go Zapdos there as they get non-paralyzed, which is fine. We're going to go out to my own Zapdos now. As if they Volt Switch, I'm good. If they Thunderbolt, I'm good. I just don't want them Volt Switching out into Ferrothorn safely and getting recovery for no reason. So, yeah. Every time they go Weavile, I'm in a good spot too. You know what? Shoot. I might as well force some... No. Keeping you healthy is always important. Let's just Volt Switch here. Because there's a chance they get paralyzed. They did not. I get to go you and click Close Combat now and pick up a KO. So they die. And then I get to win the game with Sacred Sword. By sacking Tyranitar. So yeah, we CC here. It should be game. Oh, and they even missed Triple Axe. I don't think that matters at all. I don't think that matters. I have Sacred Sword as well, even if this is like Iron, Body Press, Iron Defense. So, we should be good. Yeah, from this position, I just go out to Tyranitar. Why should I do that? Yes, just should always go Tyranitar. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, should I win with Zapdos? But no, they're static and everything. There's like a million ways I could lose in that situation. Let's just get up Rocks, so that way that Pokemon never does anything. We go Buzzwole here, we click Close Combat, and we win the game. So Rocks mean that Zapdos dies, and Heat Wave didn't matter. I told you guys, I was getting my mom back to full after. My bad, bro. Sorry for all the misses. GG's. Alright guys, so we end up winning 2-0 in the in this set, which is overall I think very fun. Game 2, there was a few things I think I could have done a little bit more. It was tough, but it's whatever. Yeah, sorry dude. I do think that Volcarona should have still tried to be an endgame there. I'm trying to think. This I agree with. That I agree with. This I agree with as well. Always roosting, yeah. Defogging there, I agree with going to Rantar. That turn I had to Rock Blast. Garchomp, they Hurricane, which was a good play, and then they made a very good double there too, and they U-turned again. It's tough, but it's whatever. I'm not pretending that's why I lost. Oh. Let me skip to the end so I can... Hey, I fail you. I can respect that. My bad. But yeah, so there was obviously if they hit those leech seeds, I think they should have tried to still aim for them leech seeds, to be honest, just to get them back because they needed the recovery. That was a really good Hurricane. Eventually, here, I liked SD just because it didn't let Zapdos come back in after and actually threaten both, but I don't know if it was the correct play. Thunder Punch was still better than Ice Punch there. Yeah, this one, yeah. There we go. Earthquake, Earthquake always. We got that mon out of here. We go Buzzle, we CC. ACC, they tried to force the static as well, which I can respect as well. Get that kill, get that kill. Get that kill. Games. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So a few plays I think I could have done differently. Like I didn't like I like the SD, but I don't like the SD. Like it's rough to call. Definitely think that they were fighting back. I think they should still try to leech seed me with their Ferrothorn. But I was offensive Zapdos, to be fair, and if they're physically defensive, which they should be with body press, they would take like a lot. Like let's just say the max physical defense because Ferrothorn, oh utility. No, you are not that. Let's go Impish. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, holy crap. They took 43 to 51 if that hit. Yeah. So, anyway, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this round of the tournaments. We make it to round 4. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be uploading my round 4 whenever I end up playing it. You know, usually scheduled towards the end of the week. But, yeah. Thank you again. I will see you guys next time. Peace.